This isn't the first time governments have warned of the challenges of an ageing population. Australia's population is set to grow from roughly 26 million to more than 40 million by 2062. With those extra years comes extra cost, supporting a larger, older Australia.
When we think of physio, we think of sports injuries, pulled muscles or broken bones. There's a lot more to it. We treat stroke survivors and care for those living with neuromuscular disease. It plays an integral role in hospital care. For people living with neuromuscular disease, their quality of life can be incredibly impacted. Something as simple as walking to the shops becomes an impossible task, and there's often no cure. My name's Talia Clohessy, and I'm a physiotherapist and clinical researcher here at the Austin. So I'm part of the 2023 cohort of the MacTrack Fellowship, a select career development program for future health leaders undertaking promising research projects that will be our focus over the next 5 years. The research program gives us access to mentors, funding, and the opportunity to become a clinical researcher, which means I'll leave the program fully qualified for both research and advanced scope clinical work. I've always really enjoyed science and love working closely with people, and this made choosing to study the Doctor of Physiotherapy at Melbourne Uni a really easy choice. My first year was during the worst of lockdown. It was, though, an opportunity to work on the front lines. I was placed in the ICU to assist with the critically ill ventilated patients because staffing was in such short supply, and there was a necessity to upskill fast. This is what ultimately inspired me to pursue higher education in clinical research with a focus on the respiratory system. My focus is on how we can use new therapies to encourage the growth and adaptation of neural connections between the brain, spinal cord, and the body. I'm exploring how acute intermittent hypoxia, meaning breathing bouts of low oxygen air, similar to being at the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, might help restore function through neuroplasticity. It's really new. I'm part of only a few labs around the world looking at this, but I think it's really promising and can make a real difference. Lifestyles are changing and our population is aging. With new medical advances, people are living longer with chronic medical issues, but not necessarily living better. Physiotherapy is already a critical part of our healthcare system, and it's only going to become more important going forward as we are shifting towards looking at healthcare holistically, mind, body, and brain. Being a clinical researcher is a special experience. You can create change on a really large scale with research, but in the day-to-day, the clinical research allows you to see the immediate changes through helping people whose lives you're working to improve. So my patients are the reason I do this job. Physiotherapy allows me to give back to them, to give them back agency over their healthcare. It's a really rewarding experience, and it's why I love being a physio.